All right, you guys, let's take a moment to talk about the midpoint formula. Okay, so the formula says the midpoint m is equal to x comma y of the line segment from P1, x1, y1 to P2, x2, y2, and is formulated as follows. So m equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So if you look at the word midpoint, okay, so if you look at the prefix mid, okay, mid means middle, okay, or halfway. Okay. So when you are looking for the midpoint, you are looking for the point that lies in the middle of two original points or the point that lies halfway. So your answer to these types of problems is always going to be another point. It's always going to have an x and y coordinate. Okay. So let's take a look at an example problem. Okay. So this problem says find the midpoint of the line segment from P1 equals negative 5, 5 to P2 equals 3, 1. And then they want us to plot the points P1 and P2 and their midpoint. Okay. So below you'll see that I have the midpoint formula and they've already designated which point is P1 and P2. So all we need to do is plug those values into the formula. Okay. So we have our midpoint is equal to our x1 is going to be negative 5. This will be y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to have negative 5 plus 3 over 2, comma, 5 plus 1 over 2. And then I will simplify. So negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2 over 2. And 5 plus 1 is 6 over 2. And those both reduce to negative 1 and 3. So my midpoint is negative 1, 3. Now to continue on with what they told me, not only did they want me to find the midpoint, but they wanted me to graph all of this. Okay, so I'm going to draw a coordinate system. Okay, and my P1 is at negative 5, 5. So since my x coordinate is negative, I'm going to move to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's P1. All right, I'm going to plot P2. So that coordinate is 3, 1. Since x is positive, I'm going to move to the right. 1, 2, 3. And y is positive, so I'm going to go up 1. Okay. Oops. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and plot that midpoint, which we found was negative 1, 3. Okay. All right. So my picture isn't perfect because I'm on a tablet, but you can see for the most part that point falls in the middle. So if we were to connect them, oops, draw a line through all of them. And there's our point, and there's our midpoint. Okay, so remember the midpoint formula is slightly different from the distance formula. Remember the distance formula, you're always just going to get back a singular value because you're looking for how far apart those 2 points are. The midpoint formula is always going to give you back another coordinate because you're actually looking for another point. Okay, so be careful when you use those two formulas. I hope this helps.